Hello, my name is Medeksza, and I'm president of a small software company called Zabware. I've been interested in chatbots ever since I was 9 years old when I came across the ELIZA program. Zabware is a company I started back in 1997 when I was still in high school at the time. Zabware specializes in conversational systems and more recently in related technologies and character animation. The company's tagline is giving your computer the power of thought. Our flagship product is called Ultra Hal Assistant, and it is a Windows-based chatbot and personal assistant. And I'd like to briefly hand over the presentation to Hal to tell you about itself.
Hello, my name is Ultra Hal Assistant. I am a software product of the company Zabware. I am an artificial intelligence program capable of being your digital secretary or companion. I understand spoken or typed natural English language.
I can remember and remind you of appointments. I can keep an address book. I can keep the phone book, and I can even dial phone numbers for you. I can also run programs and recent documents on command, and I can help you browse the internet.
Most of Zabware's customers use me just to chat. I have a huge conversational database, and I can talk about anything and everything. I will also learn from every single sentence that you tell me, and over time I will learn like the same things you do, and to talk about topics you like to talk about.
Okay, well, that was a brief introduction to what the software does. And here's a screenshot of the user interface. Hal is available as a 30-day free trial for Windows PCs at Zabware.com, and it sells for $29.95 with many different add-ons available, like additional characters and voices. Hal is actually the winner of the 2007 Voldner competition as the most human computer of that year, and I plan on entering again this year. I'd like to go over briefly how Hal works. Hal is actually a bot capable of learning from conversations, so most of its responses come from what it learned from talking with people online. The default Hal brain has about 300,000 conversational exchanges from thousands of different people. And in order to determine how to respond, Hal does a statistical analysis of the database of past conversations for a similar conversational thread. And he also has a basic understanding of nouns, verbs, adverbs, and adjectives based on a lexical database called WordNet, which was developed by Princeton researchers. Hal's default conversational database is heavily filtered by a need for the quality and consistency and minimal offensiveness. If I would let Hal's database based on everything you have taught it, it'd be like several millions of exchanges instead of 300,000 it is right now. But then Hal would suffer from multiple personality disorder, horrible grammar and spelling, and they say some of the most offensive things you can imagine. I'd like to make Hal's knowledge base grow a lot more with that manual filtering. That's been a hurdle on that, but I came up with an idea which I think will help take it to the next level. I've developed Hal into a Facebook app where Facebook users can have a conversation with Hal through the Facebook interface. So now Hal has a new column in his database of who taught him a particular piece of information. So this makes it easy for me to identify users by ID, and then I know if they come back a year later or a month later, I have their ID. And in addition, I can cross-reference anything in their Facebook profile, so I know the user's age, gender, and their interests, their job, anything they care to put on their profile, I can read. So I read it and store it in the database. So this will allow me to segregate the learned responses into different categories and personality buckets. And then this might allow Hal to be able to take on many different personalities, but not at the same time. So the user will pick among several personalities, and Hal will try to consistently stick to it. This Facebook app has just launched recently, like less than a month ago. So I'm hoping in about a year it becomes a large data source to improve Hal. And from the user's perspective, the Facebook app gives Hal an interesting ability to learn from a group of friends. It reads your friend list, and when you speak to Hal through Facebook, Hal will use information learned from you and from your friends, but will ignore things from strangers. So Hal can learn about all your friends' in-jokes without affecting other users you don't know. And now on to a different topic. Part of a long-term project is to design and implement a new character animation system for Xabware. The character you saw at the beginning of this presentation was based on a graphics engine licensed from a company called Haptic. Haptic was a great engine many years ago, and it's actually still a very good engine. But they made no major changes to their code since 2004, and it actually requires a hack in HAL to work on modern PCs. So this, along with the fact that I could stop paying royalties, has motivated me to make my own character animation system. So back in late 2006, I started working on a Xabware 3D character animation system, and somewhere in the early development of this, Ford Motor Company contacted me and asked me for help in designing characters using the Haptic engine. And at the time, I was happy to do that for them. But I convinced them of the benefits of a customized and more modern system could provide. So over the next 2 years, they contracted out to us the development of a character engine, which was still in its infancy. So that helped accelerate the development of the engine, as I could hire an additional programmer and artist to work on the project. So I'd like to show you a demo of the results of that project.
Hello, I am the Ford Escape character running in the Xabware character engine.
And I am a Ford Edge character. I can display a wide range of emotions. Where are we? I think we are lost. Turn left.
Oh my God! Watch out for the telephone pole! Okay, stop driving! Be so fast!
The Xabware character engine works under DirectX and OpenGL rendering and supports many shaders that can do things like reflections and shadows. It can use any SAPI-compatible speech synthesis and automatically synchronizes lip movement. It supports an XML-sensitive plugin architecture and can render many custom characters in a custom environment.
Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer winner. That is what I'd truly like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer winner, everyone would be in love with me.
It's getting late. Time for me to go to sleep.
That's it for demo. This is a human character that was started but not quite finished. Ford utilized this project for an internal proof of demo concept they were doing, and they were pretty happy with it. They presented the concept of the project, but not the project itself, at the Detroit Auto Show in 2009. And at some point in the future, they might decide to incorporate this into their cars. There are definitely some driver distraction issues that need to be addressed first. Not much work was done on the engine during 2009. It was a difficult sales year for Xabware, and I suspect many other companies. Things are looking better in 2010, and I hope the engine will be put into commercial use as part of Ultra Hal systems later this year. The engine itself is pretty much in a working state, but it's only been tested on a handful of computers, and the only characters I have are the Ford-owned characters. So I've decided to release the character engine itself under the GPL3 license, and it's posted on SourceForge at this address.